Okay, everything should be going fine. I gotta get back to where I need to be in the studio because I was supposed to be getting that going, but it decided to actually. There we go. So, hi everyone. Oh, hello, World Wide Web. I'm Dr. Shadow, the Internet Personality. Hello, Carter Stone. Hope you are well, Christian. Yeah, thank you. Things have been looking better. Better. The last live stream on the channel was 2 months ago. And one of the reasons, I'll get this out of the way right now, one of the reasons for this live stream today is because I have been finding out that Live and Wired was pretty good for the channel health. And it's one of those things, like, this week has been hectic. So this week's review, I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it a little bit more time in the oven. Okay, lots of people saying hi. That's a whole ton of chat. Hello. Hi, Robert Stoker, Scar Predator, Shadow Justin, Tony Kuha, Robert Russell, Eduardo Santiago, Adrian, Joe A, Razor, Kira. Okay, everything's scrolling way too fast and I can't pronounce names, and that's a very big problem I have. Time does fly, eh? Yeah, Zerglo. Yeah, 2 months since the last live stream. The summer of Nicolas Cage has concluded. Uh, let's see. Go to live control room here. Yes. There we go. I'm seeing everything fine. Good. Everything's good. Oh boy, already at 123 view. Okay, that's fast. Death and destruction. Okay, that's is Creepy coming back? Not for the foreseeable future. I know that's a big question on a lot of people's minds, but I've still been kind of sticking to that. I need to be alone for this. It's just a thing. What'd you miss, Jay? First, well, you missed me fiddling around with the controls and trying to figure out how to get things going. I'll be seeing Venom Let There Be Carnage this Friday at the Cinemark in Fort Worth. Ah, if only I was closer to Fort Worth. Yeah, Carnage. Yes, I am all about Carnage. I'm not very much about comic stuff, but I am about Carnage. uh, it's kind of hard to say no to wanton destruction and psychotic, just alien symbiotic, just Carnage. Yes, of course. uh, and so friends with Creepy and friends that we didn't have a fight or anything. It's just it is what it is. But I've just decided that I want to just be myself, at least for the foreseeable future. So I don't have a time to say I don't have anything saying absolutely no ever, but I don't have anything set up saying okay, this is when I'm ready to do crossovers again. Will Chucky and Jaws eventually get a review? Yes, but I wanted to cover some topics real fast. Uh, Crap, but I forgot what they are already because I'm terrible at this. Oh geez, wound. Oh yeah, the puppy's still here. It was supposed to be the puppy was supposed to be taken care of before now, but things didn't exactly work out. Didn't Everything fell through on that, so I'm still taking care of the puppy that we are now calling baby. But yeah, that's one of the things is that life has been having a lot of focus. I love this. Okay, let me see if I can get this going. Let's see. I figured out how to do this. Properties. No, don't deactivate. Configure video. Configure camera control. Turn off autofocus. Bring focus back. There we go. Apply. There we go. There we go. Manual focus saves the day. Oh. Oh, brother, where art thou? I'm not entirely certain what that is. Let's see. Longest time to get ready because I have the best hair. Yeah. Some people notice I did get a haircut recently. This used to be a lot lower on this side. But yeah, that's one thing I got it evened out. I've been hearing a lot from the people I live around. Like, you got so many split ends, Decker. You really got to take care of that. And I'm like, it's fine. No one on the camera can see. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'll just take. It was part of sort of a transformative phase for me, which I've just been taking care of myself and working on my own mental well-being. And that was another thing, another topic of the last stream we did. Oh, there was a $5 super chat I missed. Boy. Okay. Have a drink on me. Hope things calm down some more so you can relax. Thank you, Hoticus History Corner. Hoticus. But thank you. But, yeah. Thank you, Kevin Burdine. Scar Predator, going to be seeing Venom Let There Be Carnage as well? Or was I the person who said before? I'm pretty sure there's several people saying... Okay, a lot of people are going to be watching that movie. This chat's scrolling so fast. Thank you, Magus Esper. Both for the $5 and for the comment. Thanks for the funny duder. Yeah, the life has just had a whole lot of crisis situations pop up real fast. You saw in the which review was that? It wasn't planned, but where my finger was in a brace, it's still kind of messed up. I messed it up on the on my car's steering wheel. Just going for reaching over to do a turn, and my finger caught and just went like, except at the base and on the index, and that was just very painful, and it's still painful. It's been painful for a while, but it's not as painful, and also the brace was not. It was starting to make my hand smell like a foot. I was washing it every day, but I should have got like 5 or so and rotated out of them and put them in the washing machine or something, because just hand washing it every night just really wasn't working out for me. Did it hurt to press any buttons? It made typing a script very awkward. Fortunately, the second day I was getting the hang of it also, like, but it was something. It was something. But yeah, I don't have to worry about messing my hand up on my car anymore because my engine broke down. I have the car in the shop getting a new engine, and I mean new engine as in new to me. It's going to be a used engine. A new engine would cost $4,000. I'm only paying $1,600. Speaking of paying $1,600, I just got a root canal done, and the finish mower's broken. So that was another thing this week that was taking a lot of time, which is why I didn't get the Deep Blue Sea 3 review done by today, is this was, before yesterday it wasn't raining, so I've spent the last week just going out in that lawn with my push mower, 14 acres of the front lawn, just pushing for hours and hours, just trying to mow as much of it as I could. Still got them ducks. No, yes, but it's been bad. The stray dogs in the neighborhood have been slowly killing off the ducks. Like, we lost one duck to disease, and that's really hurt me, but we've got them buried in the backyard. And yeah, I'm at least happy that I have the remains of that duck and I was able to pay my respects to it, because these ducks are our pets. They are our family. We care for our animals. But some people in this town don't care if their dogs are just running around or if there's just strays running around. I don't know what the hell, but there are a couple of dogs that seem to come around, and every time they come around, suddenly we're missing a duck and missing another duck. We lost Gwen, lost Daisy, lost Miles, and now lost Howard. And none of them, they're just gone. No body, nothing. So the only ones we have left are Donald, Louie, and Huey. Out of all the ducks, those are the only ones that are still kicking around, and it is that is just angering. Yeah, Howard. I was surprised that Howard actually was as chipper as he was after Miles was lost, because those two ducks were very, very close. Like when Howard got injured by Lou, when Lou was running around and caught Howard and was playing with him, and I had to run out there and get Howard from Lou, and they were kind of like, had the puncture there and the blood going down the feathers. I had to take them inside to take care of them. They were really depressed alone until we also went out and got Miles, who was perfectly fine, but got them together. Then Howard was chipper enough to eat and drink again and get healthy. Like that matters too much now. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I kept Lou on a leash since then. Uh, should bring in the ducks for safety reasons and put up a few cameras. Cameras would be nice, because this one problem is we don't have any hard evidence. The only dog I've ever caught with a duck in their mouth is Lou. So, and I can guarantee that Lou was not the one that took out all the rest of them. But all the ducks ended up, all the ducks we lost in the order in which they would be the easiest for a stray dog to catch. The one with the bad hip went first, then the small one who can't run very fast, and then the one with the bad wing who can't fly, and now the last one who can't fly and doesn't run as fast as the rest. So yeah, it is living in the country. You deal with things like that, and we never had things set up with fences and such. We never asked for ducks. We had them dropped off here because we have a big lawn and we have a lake, and the ducks should be fine here. And it's like, yeah, but we also have stray animals running around town, and so much as I cared for the ducks, I never got the things set up to keep them well defended, which was a ring camera system or something. Yeah, it's like some kind of just a little motion detecting light or something to spook the stray dogs so that maybe they won't. Like there were a couple of times I was out there and then I saw these particular two stray dogs that seemed to be the ones that happened around whenever we lost a duck. But I saw them coming down the driveway, long driveway. It's pretty much a road. It actually is a road. It has a name. But they were coming up and they stopped and looked at me. And I looked at them and I'm like, well, what in the hell are you doing here? And then they just turned around and ran off. Brother, Where Art Thou is an amazing movie. Hope you will review it one day. It's a hidden gem. All right. You didn't know, Lone Dragon. You didn't know. It's just like when I say that there are crisis situations going on, it's several, several. So yeah, there's things just taking up a lot of time with all that. Did not get all of the movies done for the Summer of Nicolas Cage that I wanted to. I did have the comic book one, the one with the dude, the Ghost Rider 2. I had Ghost Rider 2. I had Face Off, and I also had Bangkok Dangerous. But Ghost Rider 2 and Face Off were cut for time, and Bangkok Dangerous was the first to be cut for time because it also the disc would not rip properly. It always messed up in the same spot, and that really annoyed me. But yeah, there's. That's it. Just remember your fans actually care about you, and that's why your reviews are beloved. You are like Tim Burton and Steven Spielberg of reviews. Aww. Thank you, Kevin Burdine. Oh, Pig. Yeah, I saw a lot of ads for Pig, and I was thinking like, yeah, that would be something to cover, but I never did. But yeah, that's another thing. One thing I also did, like, well, to preface a lot of what I'm about to say, I should mention. Remember last time in the live stream I did for the channel publicly, I mentioned that I was doing stuff to combat depression. I was looking into selenium. Selenium is very rich in, sardines are very rich in selenium, and it was an idea I had as a kick. I was just going to go for it. I liked sardines anyway, so no big loss. Just had to worry about the selenium toxicity, which is the thing that you got to worry about if you have sardines absolutely every day. Something happened. Like, I cannot say for 100% certainty, I cannot give medical advice. I'm not a doctor. I did not do a double-blind study of this, so it could be a little situation of post hoc ergo propter hoc, but several weeks after I started on the selenium kind of thing, my depression has vanished. And let me be straight with you guys. It's weird. It is really, really weird to live so long with chronic depression, and then it's just gone. I have been having to learn how to process emotions. Like things that I usually didn't have to worry about because it's like, oh, if this topic comes up, I'm just gonna like curl up in a ball in the corner. Now I actually have to deal with it, and it's like, oh god. so, so there's that. Uh, but yeah, so it's really really strange, I have to say, and I'm happy about it. Like, but like the first 2 weeks, I didn't really feel normal yet because I was learning how to process emotions in a normal kind of mental state. And being free of depression, being free of constant thoughts of suicide and all that, just it being just gone. It was such a just I felt elated mostly. So I'm not so elated anymore. I'm getting more used to it, but it's something. It is something, and it's. I mean, the first part after I stopped feeling depressed was after I cured my depression, if you want to say it. Um, After you're smart to let depression destroy you. Wait, did that come out right? CI. but the what's the words I'm looking for here? Uh, the first thing, like I felt so elated, and one of the first things I was thinking, one of the first negative thoughts, I guess you could say, was just I was really worried about if my just release being free of depression was just a temporary thing, like a small thing. Is going to be like for a little bit, and it's going to go. I'm going to get used to the selenium, and it's just going to go right back to it, and I'm going to be feeling like crap forever again. And I was honestly concerned about that for a while. I'm not so concerned anymore because it's been a while, and I'm not feeling depressed still. But I also remember making the decision then to, so I would feel better about that, is depression is awesome and makes you feel good. This is a really this is an odd little time. I wouldn't think so. I don't think so. But one of the things I had decided that made myself lose that worry was that if this situation would come up that I would feel depressed again, I would seek professional help. As much as I don't like doing it, as much as I don't really have the highest opinion of therapy, I am that happy to be free of depression. Uh, Now that I moved to Texas, the door is always open for a future live and wired pizza party at your apartment. Epic J6NX 9000. Okay, well, my watch decided that I am. Come on, you. Oh, yeah, it's right. It's green text. You're not going to be able to see it anyway. Wait, you can. It says that I'm doing some energetic exercise. I guess I'm really into that. uh, Need to make the summer of Decker Shadow to open up about personal issues you want to tell us. Aww. Well, there's a lot there. there's a good reason why I just. You say Freddy versus Jason? Say it! The summer of Freddy versus Jason! I need a little stream deck so I can turn on the little equalizer and get the pitch shift and the reverb in there to really drive it home. But that was a fun summer, that one. But yeah, the summer of Nicolas Cage, I really enjoyed. It kind of did like, but one of the things, like I said, I got over my depression, which is great. But I also have been making more taking the initiative. I've been being definitive about things. I've been making decisions. That's another reason why I was like, okay, cut the split ends off the hair. It's fine. It's going to grow back. I don't have to worry about changing a bunch of stuff. I might actually see about changing my channel icon that hasn't changed in years and still doesn't have a mustache. Now pop out of the refrigerator to say it. Oh, I got to clear out the fridge. Should have asked me that before I made that $430 grocery trip. God damn. When you don't have a car and you got to ask someone else to take the ride, you got to make sure you get everything you need. Uh, Summer of the Living Dead. Fancy Pants Jeeve, thank you for the $10. But yeah, Live and Wired, that's the thing that has been put on the back burner because of just the whole reshuffling of everything. But YouTube algorithms really like live streams. One of the reasons why this one is happening right now. And also the fact that there was just so much going on this week, and I just didn't quite have the time. Well, I guess I could have had the time to finish the script and do the review if I decided, okay, fuck it, I'm going to not bother taking care of the lawn at all. I'm not going to care about whether or not we have anything set for a while the car's still in the shop. And I don't know, maybe I'm just not going to take care of this puppy that showed up. Just that dang puppy. Jay Bond for $20. Love your content. Not a big fan of Nicolas Cage, but always love seeing your reviews show up. Wow, thank you. I like the idea of Nicolas Cage as having a lot of variety. One of the things I think it happened in the last little algorithmic shift on YouTube is I believe that they have tried to cut down a bit on how much years old videos are recommended to people by concentrating more on newer videos, which for the majority of YouTubers out there probably isn't going to make too much of a difference, because most YouTubers put out content like, hey, I'm going to read the top trending stuff on Reddit today, which that kind of content is only really relevant the week you make the video, so it doesn't really matter too much in the long run. Whereas I've kind of built my online presence around, okay, I'm going to make these videos that take a while for me to make, but they are relevant for years later. And with the theoretical algorithmic shift I believe YouTube went under, that has hurt quite a bit. So I think one of the things I should do is try and do more relevant stuff, not totally shift everything I do. I'm still going to do what I feel like doing. But like Nicolas Cage's Pig, for instance, that's a newer movie. I should have covered that. I had not covered that. I had everything else I had picked out. I'm like, here's a lot of classics that I want to do, which is great and all, but doing all of that in a row and not doing anything super relevant to the here and now at any single point didn't really do my channel any favors, you could say. Magnus Ekun for 50 secs. Lived with depression for over half my life now, and it sure sucks. Being able to break out of it is a great thing, and I really hope it sticks. Oh yeah, it's still really weird. Really weird. But it's also great to be free of it, because yeah, here's another thing. On my $250 field recorder, cat kept pulling it on the ground. Like, I have it plugged into my computer, using it as the microphone. But cat kept pulling, not cat, but my cat, kept pulling on the AC adapter, yanking it off the computer desk, and as you can see now, 25% of the screen is busted. So, yay. Erikai Carmen dropped 10, saying, I am and have been battling depression for a long time. In my experience, professional help is incredibly valuable. Asterisks if you get a good one. Therapist shopping can be disheartening process. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I just kind of swore off therapists, because like when I was younger, I went to the school for the difficult children, which did involve a lot of therapists, because there were people there for all kinds of reasons. They were there because they were handicapped. They were there because they were mentally handicapped. They were there because they spoke back. And they were there because they were criminals. So then there were people with, psychological issues. And so the thing was that particular school, like many, the idea was, here's where we're going to put the kids that we have difficulty with, and we're going to focus on their needs. How do they focus on their needs? They put all the difficult children together and then try and figure out a one-size-fits-all solution for every single, just cover them all in the same way. So we all got therapy. And when you have a therapist who effectively doesn't care about you as an individual, but will listen to what you say so far as how to, pick that out of, okay, we'll match it up with this. It sounds kind of like that. That's what you got. That's what you do. Go get it. Doesn't matter if it works or not. That's what you got. That's what you do. So, yeah. What do you think about Old, the movie of M. Night? How many movies do you have to watch monthly? I have not seen Old. I think the concept is interesting, but I don't know. That's more of a dread kind of. I do like dread in my horror. Just basing it off the trailer, it seems like it would be just kind of a state of dread to put the viewer in, rather than most horror can really be summed up by the expression that you have to convince the audience that they are not above being something's food, whether it's a horrible monster eating you or a psychopathic killer who is taking pleasure out of ending your life. You are satiating something else, and you have no control over this. Now, the thing with old is it's not satiating something, it's just an inevitability. And that's more of a sense of just existential dread there. So I'm wondering if that would be interesting or not. You can tell I haven't seen it, but I'm thinking the concept could be interesting. Okay, Brandon Brammer dropped 20 pounds. Glad to hear you somehow got through that depression. Went through a bad bout during lockdown, and your reviews really helped. Can't wait for the Deep Blue Sea 3 review. And I hope you review the next Monsterverse movies soon. Ah, yes, the Monsterverse. I really, really, really got to get back into that. Oh, there's like there were so many reviews that was doing because it was just an older one that I felt like I needed to get done, and there were plenty of people asking for newer movies that I also wanted to see and wanted to review, but I wasn't doing, and it probably would have helped my channel a lot if I did. If I did that kind of stuff, it really would have helped. Really would have helped. But yeah, live and learn. Old is just weird thing is happening. Why is this weird thing happening? Can we stop weird thing happening? Oh, that's why weird thing was happening. Okay, is that means it might have the same M. Night Shyamalan kind of trap that on the second and third viewings it's considerably worse. But while we're out here in this lovely spot from Vampire's Kiss, let's pop over to another spot from Vampire's Kiss. Jeremy Fouquet, €2 for a thanks heart. Thank you. Summer of Clint Eastwood. Well, I'm thinking that next summer is probably going to be a series, so we're looking at things like Leprechaun, maybe Puppet Master. That's been a big request for a while. The Grey Turtle Entertainment dropped $5. Not a doctor, but several articles found on Google say selenium deficiency can lead to depression. Hope that helps anyone. Yeah, that's one of the things was I was so far down into depression, and I was just like, it was such a constant thing. And a part of it was also I was already trying to take initiative in my life. So I can't really say the selenium helped there, but I don't know. I was already taking initiative in some things. And one of the things was, okay, I've got to do something about the depression because it's just, I don't like it. And so I Googled it, and I was like, foods that help with depression, and I found a lot of stuff in terms of selenium, and selenium came up a lot. And so I did my research on selenium, saw about selenium toxicity. I'm like, well, I want to avoid that. But, sardines kind of was right up my alley. I like sardines. And what reviews will I do for Halloween this year? Well, I definitely need to see Halloween Kills. Absolutely. Seen every other Halloween. So there's that. But also, because Matrix 4 is coming, I have ordered all of the Matrix movies. I have ordered the 3 theatrical Matrix movies. I don't know if you count the Animatrix or any of that stuff. And technically, the Matrix video game for Xbox and PS2 is canon, but... And then there was the Matrix MMO, but I don't know what the hell you're going to be able to do about that. I played that back when it was new, actually. It was a thing, and I kind of was annoyed in the Matrix MMO back in the day because it was an interesting concept they had where the idea was the Matrix MMO was the Matrix, and the real world, as depicted in the movies, didn't necessarily exist. The real world was the real world. You just sit down, you go about your life, and then you sit down and you play the game, and jacking into the Matrix, which takes place in the Matrix. But the real world is where interesting shit happens in the Matrix, and I wanted to play that in an MMO, and I couldn't. But yeah, I got them coming in 4K. So far, I got the second one. I think the first one is out for shipment. And the third one, I think, has just been said, okay, you're going to get it in the beginning of October. So there's that. Yeah, I want to do the Matrix trilogy because Matrix 4 is going to make them very relevant, but also because they've been requests for quite a while. It would be both good for my channel and something I want to do, and something that people have asked for. So that's a both. That's three things is both. Jan Rogue dropped $10 saying, enjoying your reviews. If you ever pass through Central Texas, spot you a beer and a Whataburger. Also, depression sucks, dealing with that too. Yeah. I highly recommend that. I know, like, everyone's brain is different. Everyone's gone through different things. Everyone has different needs. I cannot say that selenium, I can't even be sure that selenium actually is what worked for me. I just started eating sardines, and like I've eaten a can every 2 days to try and have enough, but also avoid selenium toxicity. And after a few weeks, my depression is just gone, and I just feel so much better for that. But that's just me, and that's a terribly small sample size, and it doesn't prove anything. And you know, J-Bon dropped $20. Personally, would love you reviewing the Leprechaun movies. They're my guilty pleasure so bad they are good, huh? Ah, yes. And also there's Hornswoggle. Yeah, that'd be something. That you know, whenever you have a series like that, you always have the requests. Everyone's like, "Hey, you gotta review all these," and then you have the one movie that they bring up. They say, "Also, you can skip this one." those always make the best summer. So Leprechaun might be it. Blue pill or red pill? I want to say red pill because it sounds cool. But to be honest, I did spend a good amount of today wearing my Oculus Quest 2, playing hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. So I'm going deep into that blue pill while smiling and saying red pill. Back on August 18th, the day the film took place, I got to see in person both the Sawyer House for lunch and the gas station from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 1974. Oh. You're welcome, Tony G. Dog Soldiers review. That was something that I would not have known about if it had not been requested to me. So that's definitely a memorable movie that I really enjoyed. And it happens if you take a purple pill. Oh God, that means fuck. Doing the Matrix movies, I'm gonna have to go out buy some Dayquil and Nyquil. Fuck. Oh well, it happens. It happens. Yeah, I'm not trying to give advice on it, but my advice would be to try and seek out professional help and hopefully get like something going. My fiance used to take pills for her depression, but the specific kind she took, she didn't really like because it did take care of her depression, but it also just made her numb to everything. And so she didn't want to be on that anymore. And she got off of it, but it was very difficult because the withdrawal symptoms were harsh. I came over one day and she was like having a nightmare kind of thing, and then she got up and she looked at me and she was like, she asked me if I was real or not, and I'm like, yes. Like, why? What happened? Because she thought also was really real was I had already come over, told her we were breaking up and I hated her, and left. That was the nightmare she had. That was extremely vivid and realistic. I was like, what? That did not happen. Did not happen. So yeah. Jordan Danganronpa. Hey Decker, love your videos. The Yara there, which got me through a tough time when my depression hit the lowest. Keep up the amazing. I can slow down talking sometimes. Keep up the amazing work, and I'm glad to see you back. Thank you, Jordan. I am happy that the videos help. That's one thing that when I was depressed, trying to always push forward. I try and remember that the videos are important to a lot of people, not just me, because it does help me to be creative and such. Which that's the thing. Is like, oh, dang, bootleg. $50. Watching your reviews have helped me through depressing times since middle school. Stay strong, Decker. Love you, man. P.S. Summer of Chucky, please. Oh, now we got another thing. Everyone wants like the short Psycho Killers. Puppet Master, Leprechaun, Chucky. Please do Scream movies when Scream 5 comes out. Okay, that's a tall killer. That's the tall one. Platoon or Full Metal Jacket. War movies. I did Lord of War. That wasn't exactly action-y. That had a lot of war in it. Ooh. A series of Michael Mann films would be a neat idea, since you could look at a Thief, Heat, and the best Hannibal Lecter film, in my opinion, Manhunter. I was trying to think. What was I saying a second ago? Right. Professional help. I am not a professional, and I would hope that it would be possible to find a professional who would help. Is that a fake background? Yes. It's the psychiatrist's office from Vampire's Kiss. It's a great place to be for this particular topic. But yeah, still trying to figure out, like, we're trying to figure out right now here, like, do we go with a new finish mower for the tractor or a zero-turn mower? Now, technically, a zero-turn mower with a mulching deck would provide a better cut for this lawn, but a zero-turn mower of the same size as the finish mower would cost quite a bit more. And if things got bound up in the zero-turn mower, it'd be considerably harder to get under it to unbind, whereas the push mower I can tilt up and mess with it, or put it on its side and mess with it, put it on the side where it would technically be pouring oil out if the oil cap wasn't on. If you put it the other way, you mess up the alternator, or the carburetor. You mess up the carburetor. It doesn't have an alternator. What am I thinking? My car, that's where I messed up the alternator. But that was before. Now I messed up the whole damn engine. Summer of Steve Buscemi. Yes. I would get quite a bit. Now I get it. We could do Apocalypse in the summer of Steve Buscemi. Or was it Armageddon? Or was it both? 1:25 a.m. here, so I can't sleep. So I thought I'd pop in and say hi. Hello, Stefan Forer. Stefan. Oof. But yeah, it would. As I lived with depression for so long, I didn't really think that there would be a baseline outside of it. But also, one of the other things was, like, it was such a big fucking shift in how I felt. Like, one of the things I did was I actually was reassuring Charlie, my fiance, that yeah, I'm not a different person. I mean, I'm technically not the same as I was. I'm not gonna be sitting in the corner like every time like something happens. I'm not gonna make a self-deprecating joke. She joins in on a self-deprecating joke, and then I feel crappy. That's not gonna happen anymore. At least it shouldn't. But I'm still me. I still have the same opinions. I still am just as I'm just me. I'm just not feeling like crap anymore. It's amazing. It's amazing. I don't have to like sit here and like hype myself up to get a stream going, and then once it's going, I let it all flow and feels good then, and then as soon as I turn it off, I'm back to being like, oh, okay, that happened. Now I'm exhausted. No, I'm just good. I am just good. Just good. Just good. It's a whole shift in how you see things. Like this. That is a color right there. Never seen nothing like it. How long have I had ducks for? We've had the ducks for a couple of years now, I think. They just... It was a long time ago they brought the ducks. They just dropped the ducks off. And then they dropped off more ducks. And, yeah. Any chance we'll get a Final Destination movie review? Oh, God. That's a great one for depression. Also, would love to see you go through a plan of reviewing Thanksgiving 3. Through a pain of reviewing Thanksgiving 3. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Speaking of pain, got a root canal. I got this tooth back here. I was supposed to get the 2 front teeth, the root canal, first. But then, like, out of nowhere, this one started just disintegrating and being like, sorry, I'm just going to be a pain in your ass. Oh, look at that. Whoops, huge cavity. Oh, wait, the side just fell off. Hey, the nerve's exposed. Now you're in constant pain all the time. And what does this have? What does this have? One like, get off chat for 2 seconds and invite? I'm confused, Will, last name guy. Oh, yes, I'm on Instagram, Lone Dragon. I can see a nerdy toy collection. I could. Well, I do Dino-Sember. Caveman with Ringo Starr. Oh, God. I gotta look this up right the fuck now. $1981. Wait, did I see this? Oh, God. I know this movie. I saw this when I was like 2. Like as soon as we got out of the hole in the ground and we were in the upstairs little apartment and I still wasn't eating and I wasn't allowed to leave, but we had the TV and like I remember this. I gotta write this down. Where can I make a note? I'm going to write this right here. Okay, new rich text document. Dino-Sember. Alright. Caveman Ringo Starr. Alright, now let's see if this is on Amazon. Do they got it in 4K? They got it on Blu-ray. You know what? That's better than I could have asked for. So yeah, add to cart. Thank you, Amia Tenyo. That pays for Caveman right there. Okay, technically it was after tax like $18, but you know. Okay, save. There we go. Mars Attacks. Oh, that was a fun one, but it's. I feel like Mars Attacks did a good job because it was kind of a spoof of the 50s sci-fi, but like it didn't try to be too serious. You could tell it was being silly and over the top and campy about everything. But the acting was still dead serious. Like the situations were silly, the costumes were silly, the fashion was silly. It was meant to look silly. It did look silly, but the actors still played it straight, which is why it worked. Like if they didn't play it straight, then it would have just been like, yeah. It's funny for one viewing, but it still works. It's still fun to this day. A Caveman is free on YouTube Movies. Yeah, but whenever I review something, I want to have it and rip it and go through all of that. Haven't seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I should check out more Coen Brothers movies, possibly my favorite writer-directors. Almost all of their movies were great. Okay. And LFG Signal dropped $5 with a little horn tootin' sticker. Thank you very much. 1988 The Brain. I cannot recall. Asylum's War of the Worlds. I believe I had a review, or did I review the second one? No, that's right. That's right. Asylum did a War of the Worlds movie, like the first, and that was actually supposed to be good-ish, I think. Maybe? But I reviewed War of the Worlds 2, The Next Wave, which was absolute ass. That was just... But they did the first one, and I didn't do that one. Why didn't I do the one that was supposed to be good? What is wrong with me? Was I just trying to lose my mind? Possibly. I think that was what was big on YouTube at the time. But also, when I was just starting out, it was always much easier to... It's still technically easier to write a review, a comedic kind of review for a bad movie than for a good one. Good ones, you have to spend a little bit of time thinking of the jokes. The bad ones, you effectively can just say what happens, and it's funny. Need more clown movie reviews? Oh, I'm running short on those. And when I got to Jingles the Clown and Mr. Jingles, and I was looking at those, and it's like, oh god, how am I going to stretch this to a 20-minute review? And then it was like, okay, everything just got delayed and delayed, but I still wanted to review all the movies I picked out for March of the Clowns, and like, okay, triple review time, boom, done. Worked out. Dracula Dead and Loving It. But yeah, I got that root canal done on Monday, so 2 days ago. It's just this. I don't have the crown yet. That's going to be another $800, but I spent the $1,000 for the root canal. So yeah, this one right out there. It just destroyed itself. Is such a pain. But it's funny to me because they did the whole root canal, and they're like, okay, we were just down in your jaw, digging everything out, just going ham in your mouth, and just tore you up really bad. And you gotta okay, here's your list of things you gotta keep in mind. Do not use this tooth to eat. Do not, it's going to hurt a lot. You're gonna be sharp pains. You want to avoid that whenever possible. Just do not use this tooth to eat. Don't use this side. It's going to be sore. It's going to be so sore. You should take pain meds right away, so that by the time the dental meds wear off, those are kicking in, and you just try and deal with the pain. But just keep in mind, you do your best. We believe you can do it. It's going to be difficult, but you can get through this. So you can come back in 3 weeks and get the crown done and give us $800 more. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll just take this stuff, and all the meds have worn off by now, of course. And I mean, yeah, it's sore. It's not as painful as it was before the root canal was done, though. So. Thank you, Andrew Glazebrook. 10 more pounds. So now I got like about twice as much for the caveman. That still bothering me, just seeing that right there. Lou has been going crazy because of the puppy. And I'm still trying to find a home for the puppy. Still trying to find a home. We're getting to the point where I'm calling up the local no-kill shelter, animal sanctuary stuff, where they do work pretty hard to find homes for their rescues. And seeing if I can get them to take care of the puppy. When is Creepy and Live and Wired coming back? Creepy, I'm not sure. I don't have any kind of plans in the foreseeable future. Live and Wired, I have what I want it to be in my mind, which I don't think I'm going to be able to accomplish before I have to bring it back in order for YouTube algorithms to like me again. So yeah, but I want to have it much more structured this time. I want to have like one of the big things that's going to be a pretty big shift in Live and Wired is, while audience interaction is still going to be very important throughout, that's one of the pillars of Live and Wired, it's not going to completely derail the entire structure of the show. There should still be a structure and a plan for each episode. Episodes also should be a lot shorter, for like an hour and 20 minutes, not 3 hours. Cat and Thick Black Daddy return. That is to be seen. I've got one of the things is, like, one of the things I really want is to have someone local, someone in the same room with me, effectively, who can work the dynamic cameras and all the technical stuff, so that I won't have to be bogged down by that while also trying to host and converse. Hey Decker, been a fan since 2012. I'm wondering if you've ever looked into fan edits of films. You might find interest in edits of Alien that add back in all the deleted scenes. All the deleted scenes, you say? Oh. Ever since 2020, I've actually beaten map 32, Go To It, of Final Doom, the Plutonia experiment, on the hardest setting 18 times using an Xbox 360 control. Dear God. Oof. But, ah, damn it, Lone Dragon. What was I saying? I was saying something. Live and Wired, Live and Wired, Live and Wired. Yes, I need to bring it back. I want to have it. I need to have, for it to be as dynamic as I want. I need to have someone in the same room with me, effectively, who's working the technical side. And so I want to have that as pretty much the Cat Patricia sort of job there. And I'd want to have one other on as host, which I'd like Thick Black Daddy, but he does his own thing on Twitch. He's been very busy with things, and he's got his own crisis situations that have been coming up. So I'm not entirely certain about how effective that'll be. Like, especially starting up and not having it really planned out so well in advance. And it's just, there's a lot to try and get this going, but in order to appease the almighty algorithm, I need to bring Live and Wired back sooner rather than later. So yeah, I might not have everything in place that I want in place before bringing it back, but I still have that plan and I want to go towards it. Yeah. Have any idea for a fun review? Any ideas for a fun review? Also, I hope you listen to Ice Nine Kills. They are awesome because their most recent albums are based off of horror movies. Yeah, I feel like that's the best way I can describe Lordy, as well as just they're pretty much horror metal more than anything. They like to experiment a lot in style, but I have started listening to another band. I mentioned this on Twitter. I recently tripped across Beast in Black, and I have yet to hear a song of theirs that I don't like. So there's that. Ooh. Stretchy, cracky. Ow, ow, ow. What is this? Workout detected. I'm not working out. I'm just being animated. Why does my watch think I'm working out so hard? Heart rate up. Arms flailing. Oh. This is, my watch keeps vibrating on me. It's like when I was getting the root canal and my watch was like, and I look at it and it's like, how about a walk? Showed that to the dentist. I was like, yeah, not right now. But yeah, there's just so much to do to my teeth still. Would you ever be on Twitch? That's another thing. I need to get back on doing gaming content for the gaming channel and Twitch content for the Twitch channel. And there is a difference between the two. And I can take Twitch content and put it on the gaming channel. But what I should do is edit that shit and not just use VODs. As much as there is an audience for VODs, and it's kind of been what's going on the gaming channel, so it's probably the audience I've been building on the gaming channel. I personally, on YouTube, prefer to watch shorter edited videos in terms of gaming content. So I feel like I should just be more relaxed on my Twitch streams and let it be the hang out and play a game kind of feeling that Twitch streams should be. And movies on Twitch would be good too. That's another thing. One of the things we did on Live and Wired frequently enough were the Stephen King drinking games. Now, trying to do those on YouTube with the kaleidoscope was a nice little half step to try and get everything together, but it was asking for the audience to take extra steps. And even if those steps aren't necessarily hard, every time you ask for an extra step to be taken, like 70% of people at least won't be doing it. So it made for it not to be the greatest. And I feel like the better option for that format would have been a watch party on Twitch, because there are Stephen King games not Stephen King games, Stephen King movies in the Prime Video. So putting that together on a Twitch watch party, everyone would just have to click on it, watch, and oh, look at that, movie's right there. Can follow along. We got everything good. It's fine. I can have a little overlay here and be like, okay, I'm gonna just add a little overlay right now. Have a new. I'm going to do some text. I'm going to add some text here. If I can figure out, there it is. There it is. Okay, I'm going to add that source. Here we go. And I was just going to say, and we'll just be like that. And there we go. There we go. I've taken 25 drinks so far. Taken 25 drinks. Oh, no. Oh, look, we got another one. Oh, now we got 26 drinks. Oh, we got it. Now that they did something, we got to take another shot. We just keep track of stuff right here on the screen while we're doing the Twitch watch party and just getting absolutely hammered. As an idea. Do the Twitch movies have a subtitles option so you can watch and listen to? Oh yeah, that's right. Because if we're talking over it, then it is gonna make it harder to say. So yeah, that'd be something to check out. But yeah. Stephen King drinking live streams are the best, and I look forward to any chance I get. So I'm sorry again that YouTube was being a dick about your live stream of Dogma. Well, it wasn't so much YouTube there as it was my computer. Just something like I maybe I needed to update my drivers or something, but it just kind of screwed up several times, and then the result of that was I had to stop the stream and start the stream several times, which YouTube interpreted as me having several videos in a row that did absolutely horribly, and that hurt my algorithms pretty bad directly afterwards. So, streaming from a potato. No, I built this. This was my first PC build right here, and I built this thing for editing videos and playing games pretty nice. And so I put in stuff that was, I mean, it's got an i9 9900K in there. I know that's not the highest end anymore, but technically it wasn't the highest end at the time either. There were things above that, but they cost like $7,000. So I put it's got an i9 9900K. Yes! And RTX 5700, I think. It's got, what the hell is the video card? The video card was just kind of an okay thing, because I got 1080p monitors, so I didn't have to worry too much about that. But it's also good enough to play most VR games at ultra settings, so. Do you remember your first few vids with your broken mic? Oh my god. I remember, like, that was just like, I don't know, I thought that in my mind, I'm like, the video is going to be slightly more entertaining if it includes you putting your headset on. And I'm there laying on this, and I just snap the fucking thing. And then for the next few videos, I'm holding the fucking thing. Because I'm broke as shit and I can't afford a new one. Oh, God. So am I quitting YouTube? No. No. Nope. Missed the update. I gotta concentrate more on more relevant videos. I'm still gonna do effectively whatever the hell I want. The next review is still gonna be Deep Blue Sea 3, which is not the most new relevant movie out there. But I'm gonna be doing the Matrix trilogy, which aren't the most new movies, but I am doing them specifically because Matrix 4 is coming out. So there's that. If you haven't reviewed the Silent Hill movies, I'd like to see that. Tried a quick search. I didn't see if you did it, and you got a free 20. Thank you, J-Bon, for the $20 in the comment. Have not reviewed Silent Hill yet. That is one that I really should. What the fuck is Deep Blue Sea 3? It's the one that came out after Deep Blue Sea 2. Very close to Deep Blue Sea 2. Deep Blue Sea 2 came out years after Deep Blue Sea 1. But, people kind of kicked around the idea of, hey, that Deep Blue Sea was kind of silly, but people seem to enjoy it. Let's make another. And they're like, you know what's scarier than giant sharks? Baby sharks, but lots of them. They were wrong. Deep Blue Sea 3 brings it back to giant fucking sharks. It's still technically connected storyline-wise, but it's not really that important. I feel like Deep Blue Sea 3 is better than Deep Blue Sea 2, but not a good movie. It's just, this one remembered to just be fun. It's one of those sequels that spent all its money on the setting, and they couldn't afford the most expensive actors out there, so they got decent actors, but their pedigrees are a lot of voice acting and doing video games and stuff. And, they got good looking sets, but they don't have that many of them, so they just kind of recycle the same shots over and over again. But it's it does its thing. It sets up the stuff. You don't really care too much about the story. It's not really what you're there for. You're there for sharks to eat people, and they do. And the movie has fun with it, and that's really all you could ask for out of a cheap little straight to video sequel. Armando Conde dropped $10 saying, I appreciate your content. Thank you very much. Corey Hunt dropped $10. Hey, Decker, I'm a huge fan of yours. I've watched your Friday the 13th and Halloween movie reviews, and I must say, your movie review style is out of this world. You seem like a cool person to be around. I think I'm kind of a dick, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've gotten better. I'm not as big of a dick as I used to be. Anyway. Deep Blue Sea 2 actually went the Baby Shark route. Yes. I think they were trying to ape on Piranha, but the problem is, the reason piranhas are scary is because they could be anywhere. Water's a little murky. You really don't know, and oh my god, there's like lots of sharp teeth and people know about piranhas, and it's terrifying. A swarm of baby sharks is not necessarily on the same level, and showing us these cute little baby sharks, oh, here they come. It just looks like, who, what, why, what? No. Anything I'm currently watching that I'd recommend series otherwise. Well, I don't really watch series too much. It's a lot of TV kind of stuff. Me and Charlie, we got the 4K, not 4K. Well, I looked for 4K. They don't have it. It was mastered in 2K. That's why. We got the Blu-ray of Spirited Away. And one thing to note about the Blu-ray of Spirited Away, the audio quality is a lot better. Like, notably. Like, we got to the part where they right at the beginning, and they go through the tunnel, and Shihira's there like, did you hear it? It was moaning. And Charlie's like, yeah, it actually did this time. What the fuck? It just sounded like wind all those times before. Recently watched David Lynch's Dune, and the story and characters aren't great, but the production value is really good. Yay! Love your videos, man. I've been watching since 2015. I had to turn 19 and moved into a crappy little apartment. The only thing I could watch for free was YouTube, and it helped me a lot. Thank you, Danny. Thank you for the support. Oh. What's my opinion on Spirited Away? Spirited Away is a trip. It is like a dream. Like there are things that do matter later. It does have traditional story building parts. There's a lot of detail in things where you wouldn't necessarily think there would be. But yeah, it's the basic kind of way it flows is just kind of like a dream where you don't have to worry too much about paying attention, although there are things that do matter later, but mostly you're there for the ride. Princess Mononoke. I haven't really seen that one. I think Charlie put that on before, but I think I fell asleep. Not because I was bored. I was just it was like 3 in the morning, and I was really tired. And I think I had drank a lot at the time, and I had specifically laid down to bed. And she likes to put on the TV while I go to bed. I like to live in a dark room where everything, all the lights are off, and everything is just, everything is just like, nope, wrong one. Yeah, everything just vanish in darkness. That is what I like. And that. I also like that. But I'm just, and I can just sleep in the pit of darkness. But Charlie likes the TV on. So I sleep with the TV on. I've had to learn to. I never could sleep with the TV on before. It's keeping me awake. And there's still some nights that I just get up and it's just like, I can't sleep because I don't know, just certain things that have light in the bedroom, and I can just see everything, and it's like, any new Twitch games? Oh, there were some things on Xbox that I was like, yeah, I should be playing some of this or some of that. I liked doing on Twitch. I did a few streams of Microsoft Flight Simulator with an in-flight movie, and I was really enjoying that because it was just a nice way to watch a public domain movie with everyone while also flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Which going for a long distance flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator is something I enjoy doing. But yeah, for some reason, my Xbox app on Windows 10 has not had me signed in. The sign in button just does nothing. It refreshes it, and now I can't access my PC games on it. And I'm like, and everything I'm finding online on how to fix that is, just reinstall Windows. It's like, well, that shouldn't be something you have to go that far to do. I've already uninstalled and reinstalled the Xbox app, and it's just, yay. Collabs with any other YouTube movie critics? Well, I haven't really been approached too much. I think the last thing that really happened was someone approached me to. Well, there were a couple of things actually. The last thing that was really relevant that happened was I was approached to do a podcast, but I didn't respond in time because I fell asleep, and I was like, I'll send the message later, and then I forgot. So great on you there, Decker. But the other thing that I was approached for relatively recently was there was a Russian TV station that was doing a special on Route 666. And so they approached me in a message saying that they found my video where I go on Route 666, and since I've been there, maybe I could talk about that a little bit on this and that. And upon deciphering the message they sent, and not quite as proper as it could be English, I realized a slight error was they were doing a special on the legend of Route 666, the spooky haunted highway. I did a review of the movie Route 666. There was a bit of a discrepancy here. So I had to inform them that I'm not the guy that they're really interested in asking anything about, because I am not informed on the actual place legend. I'm a film critic who reviewed the movie. Yeah, Eddie heard so, big fan from Texas. Can you please, if possible, review the movie Garo Red Requiem? Garo Red Requiem. Garo Red Requiem. Okay, 2010. Let's see. Japanese 3D superhero film directed by Kieta Amemiya, produced by Tohoku Shinsha Film. Tohoku Shinsha Film, based on their tokusatsu series Garo. Okay. That could be interesting. Could be. Sorry, Sad Assault. No plans at the moment. Similar to Kamen Rider, but more mythological. That is interesting. Very interesting. Yes. Outland, 1981, due to the passing of Sean Connery. It sucks to be reminded of mortality. I really don't like that. It's like, why is it every actor I want to meet ends up having to pass away? I do not like this. Do I use an external drive for the Xbox app on PC? No, I only have my M2 SSD in my desktop, 1 terabyte, so I have to swap things around a bit. That's why all my show is backed up on M discs. I just burn it to a Blu-ray that theoretically can last about a millennium, and I'm like, okay, good. Don't have to worry about shifting it over from one hard drive to another in a couple of years and such, and hoping that it doesn't crash in the meantime. I know technically that's the cheaper route, but Slifer dropped $5. Thank you very much. Why did I choose to start live streaming this late at night? Well, technically I started live streaming a while ago. I should stop now. It's been over an hour, and I told Charlie that I was going to try and keep it to an hour or an hour and 30 at most. But why now? There's actually a good reason for it. It is currently 7 p.m. Central Time, and I intended on starting this stream around 5 p.m. Central Time, as it is Wednesday. That is technically the most popular time on YouTube, when most people are using YouTube, which is funny because before I found that out as technically being the case, it was just the time that I uploaded my videos. So, it's the first time I uploaded a video successfully for the channel right when I was doing everything like a week we do another one, it was at 5 p.m. on a Wednesday. So that's just what I did from then on. And so, but yeah, 5 p.m. Central Time, Wednesday, that's technically the most popular YouTube time. So since I wasn't able to get the Deep Blue Sea 3 review out this week because just life being life, I said, okay, we're going to do a live stream, and this is the best time to do it. So there is a method to the madness. Have I played Nier Replicant? Not Replicant. Did play Nier Automata. Not all the way through. Damn you, Game Pass, too much to play! Speaking of Game Pass, tried Lemnis Gate. Didn't really grab me. I didn't really get past the tutorial. I got to the part of the tutorial where you play a mock battle, and I was like, that's how it's like. This isn't for me. Not for me. So that's how that went. Pet Sematary remake review due October 22nd. My desk. Oh, well. Since you put it that way. I want to see about getting Baby, though, real fast. Baby was already supposed to be rehomed by now, but things didn't quite work out. And so we still have Baby, and I'm still trying to find a home for Baby if I can, but right now I'm trying to get in contact with Sweet Pups and... Oh yeah, right here. Sweet Pups. uh, just got trying to get baby over here so that they can take care of her and work on rehoming her. Doing a gameplay video of both the Atari 2600 Texas Chainsaw Massacre and or Halloween games. Did I have Texas? I had in Pennsylvania. I had a 2600, and I had several games for it. I had a couple of the sex games too. They were not rare. Oh, I think I had Custer's Revenge, like an actual physical copy. Like God damn that! Yeah, it's like it's not a good game. It's not a good game, and it's not sexy. Why did I play this game? My favorite game on Atari 2600, though, I actually bought another copy of. Like, I don't have a 2600 yet, but I found a copy of this game, and I'm like, I need to own this. And that would be Spider Fighter. I fucking love Spider Fighter on Atari 2600, but I'm gonna go get Baby real fast before we go. Baby is a beautiful dog, and you all deserve to see her. It's okay, Lou. You're beautiful dogs, too. Here we go. Chroma key is messing with her. I gotta cancel the chroma key. Let's see. Properties. No, not properties. Filters. Boom. There we are. There you go. There's a little pupper. Astro Tit was a PC game, not Atari. Whoa, baby. Whoa, you're a squiggly little dog. Baby. Jeez. Ow. What is... baby. Really. So, this is Baby. You see, she got beautiful little blue eyes. It's okay, Lou. It's okay. Lou. Lou wants to play with Baby. Or dominate Baby. So, yeah. She came over... When she came, she had a terrible skin infection on her belly, but it's all healed up now. She was also really skinny and her ribs showing, and it's not the case anymore. She's a heavy little dog. This isn't the best collar for her, though, because she is such a cute little pupper, and that collar does not show that off. And it doesn't even, like, contrast and make her cuteness look even cuter. It just kind of makes her look like... No. Hey, baby. She's a cutesy. She needs a pink collar. Yeah, she do. Who'd abandon such a majestic baby? Well, she was doing real bad when she first showed up. She just showed up at the door, like, starving. And the first thing I did was give her a bowl of kibble, like, okay, I'm gonna take care of this baby until we can find her a home. And so, yeah, this has been taking up a good amount of my time, too. She went to the vet. We gave her first series of shots, and they tested her poop, and she had hookworms, so we got those treated. She's all better now. Asmogan, hope you're well, man. Sorry I missed most of the stream. Pretty good. Like, life comes at you fast, but also, look at the size of this puppy's paws. Look at the size of her paws. She has some big paws. She gonna be a big old dog. You gonna be a big old dog with your pink nose. Your pink nose and your blue eyes. Once again, I love your content. I have to pass out, but it's 20 more bucks for those Silent Hill reviews. Good night and stay healthy, Decker and family. Thank you very much, and now I have to do Silent Hill. Money has exchanged hands. You see, this is why I don't have it as a Patreon reward that people can make suggestions of reviews because I like the ability to say no, but now money has changed hands, and I'm going to feel bad if I don't. Also, I want to do Silent Hill. Yes, Lou, you are also cute. Lou, you trying to get in my lap too? Oh, geez, Lou. Lou, you big old dog. So, yeah. They get along well enough. Lou, you gonna crush baby. Oh, jeez. Okay. That's enough. Oof. Well, that's another thing Eddie heard of. We're wondering, is there a puppy mill in town? Why do these puppies who are hungry keep showing up at our door? They look very similar. I'm wondering if baby is like Lou's half sister. Right in the Deckers. Bunraku. Cheesy Japanese vampire film Moonchild. Watch the movie AXL with the robot dog. Child's Play series. I'd like to do Child's Play, but I'm still curious as to exactly. Okay. Well, I should be calling this about here. I hate puppy mills. I probably rejected pups. Yeah. Hey, you two. Lou. Lou's doing that asserting dominance thing again. That jumping on top of the puppy and humping away, even though you don't got the parts for that, you silly butt. Lou, oh, you big old doggy butt. The baby's climbed up on my knee and is like right there. Alright, doggy belly. Oof, what? Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this like now. Summer of Clinty. Oh, there's a lot of summers that sound really good. But had a husky that do that to her male companion. Yeah, it's a dominance thing with dogs, and like Lou likes running around and playing with the baby outside and wrestling because Lou's always winning, like boom pinja. But inside, she's like, no, this is my house. This is where I rule, and I'm going to show you I'm dominant. She'll just, like, mount and start humping away. It's like, you are female dog. You don't, it doesn't, like, stop that. Stop that. And she knows, she's, like, tiny. She's like 3 months old. Just leave it be. But, yeah. Back to the grind. Back to the grind. And so... thank you for watching. I have been Decker Shadow. And remember, Deep Blue Sea 3 next week, or else. I won't be able to afford the rest of that root canal, finish that off, so that's going to be awkward. Good night, everybody.